at them. They kind of look as though they're along the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can still see those little tiny screws?
I can see them. My fingernails are long enough to still grab them. Slide it. 5 times as long doing anything as I used to.
I think I can feel it creeping up on me a bit.
Yeah.
That or my expectations have gotten out of control of what I think I can do.
Yes, well, okay. Well, with things like this, all you need to do is make a bad landing and scrape them all off. You know that?
What's that? Oh, you mean if you slip with a screwdriver?
Well, make a bad landing with the boat.
Oh, I
And
see.
scrape the name off.
Oh, okay.
That's always a good way to do it.
Well, it would only be on one side. So.
Yeah, that's true. I've got enough rope. I'll do 2 boats.
Picture the name on the boat there.
Hmm?
You're all done.
Yeah.
That side, anyway.
Yeah. Still haven't lost any screws.
Well, it's the Saturday of the boat show. I've just finished the boat show. I just came back. Had Worry Raw running the other day, or got it started. Had it full of gas, and then that evening I came into the shop and I could smell gasoline pretty strongly, so I got investigating the gas line. And it was leaking from under the tank, so it's a little hard to see. I tried tightening up. It's a compression fitting on the bottom of the tank, and this last night I put a can under where I thought the leak was dripping. I'm just going to see if there's any gas in the can. Yes, I've got about 4 ounces of gas in there, so it's still leaking out of the tank. So I guess I would rather deal with this in the shop than later. So I have a feeling that this copper tubing I bought, everything they seem to make cheaper and cheaper these days. It's extremely thin wall. I have a feeling that the compression fittings might not be working that well with this thin tubing, but I'm not sure. Whatever the case, I'm going to have to, I think, take the tank out again and have a look at the bottom and find out what's going on. I also went to Home Hardware and I bought some a new roll of copper. This stuff, looking at the end, it's still thinner than the old stuff, but it looks a lot thicker than the thicker wall than the stuff I got from Canadian Tire. The stuff that's in it, I was looking at the piece here. It just looks awfully thin to me. It's anyway, I'm hoping that's the problem, but I'm not going to know until I can get the bottom of the tank off, or get the tank out and have a look at what's going on. So I guess the next step is to round up my siphon hose and siphon the gas back out of the tank. I'll put my jiggle siphon in here. I love these things. They're just a little ball in there. You jerk up and down a few times to get the siphon started. The gravity does the rest, so you can get the tank as dry as I can. Well, I've taken the gas line out, and I got some new copper tubing. It seems to be a little heavier wall than the crap that they sold me at Canadian Tire, so I'm just trying to eliminate all the possibilities. One of them might be the valve might be leaking, so I'm going to take this apart. The cone in here, it's a tapered cone. I'm just going to clean that, make sure it's not leaking out of here. These things do get a little bit scored, but this is going to be open most of the time anyway. I'm not worried about it. I'd see the score marks in here. It probably will leak past this a bit, but that doesn't matter because we have another valve upstream by the engine, which that was all fine. It was not leaking there, but I noticed it's dripping out of the tank, and it wouldn't take long. You see this has got one of Paul's famous pencil filters in here, a little bit of a standoff pipe, so if the stick shows you've got 3/4 of an inch of gas, does not necessarily mean it's going to make it to the engine. So one thing I've been using with some success is this stuff here. It's sold by Aircraft Spruce. It's a gasoline proof grease called Easy Turn. I've used this on the dash one, so I'm just going to put a bit of this around the cone of the valve, and just in case it is leaking out of here, I'm going to put this all together and put the spring back in. I can tell with that stuff in it, it just feels different too. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on the compression fitting that I'm going to install at the bottom of the valve. I'm just checking the bottom of the compression fitting here for any scores too. I think what I might do is I'm going to put it together with a little scrap of copper tubing and with a compression fitting in that'll sacrifice, and I'll blow through the tubing and hold it underwater, or maybe I'll just hook it up to compressed air and see if I can hear it hissing to make sure it's not leaking before I put the new fuel line in again. Okay, I've got a new gas line in. I've had the gas valve apart, checked it all out. I've got that little absorbent cloth under there, so I'm going to put the gas back in the tank. I'm not going to put the floors in yet, just in case. I've got the gas line going back to here. I've got it hooked up to the valve. I know from before it was not leaking from this valve forward, so hopefully this will do it, but I'm not going to trust it until it's sat overnight. Just siphoning the gas back into the tank here, and hopefully in the morning it'll be ready to put the floors back in and we'll be back where we were last week. Well, it's the morning after I changed the fuel line and went over the gas valve on the tank, and just having a look, I put this white absorbent thing underneath. Not a trace of gasoline. That's good. So now I can put the floor back together and we'll be ready to go again.
Here we are with Roy Ra coming home for the first time.
Amazing!
Amazing!
It looks so amazing.
Take a picture.
I wonder if I go to the front and take some footage of you, whether you'll be able to steer.
always like the smell of it. I like that smell of it.
Starting it again. See if you remember how. Perfect.
It works.